Hey guys, Andrea Lascana with Mobile Trainer in Wichita, Kansas, www.mobiletrainer.biz. I bring the workout to you. Please contact me if I can train you. Today I wanted to talk to you about yet another Food Friday topic, and today we're going to make some snack food, kale chips. And kale chips are actually amazingly delicious. They really, kind of deceive you because it's a vegetable and you're like, oh, that's going to taste like as good as broccoli. But actually they're really, really good, and it's a great replacement for potato chips. Less saturated fat, trans fats, things like that, and more of the healthy fats by using olive oil. We're going to use olive oil to make them, and your base as a green leafy vegetable. So I've already pre-cut some of them here, so I'm not taking up too much of your time, but I also will show you basically what to do. And you get kale in a bunch, a little bit bigger than this, about twice this size, in the local grocery store. At least it was in Dillon's. And the recipe I looked at calls for one whole bunch of it. So one whole bunch of it, and then you're going to want extra virgin olive oil and some sea salt. So you take your bunch, preheat your oven to about 275, I guess before you get started, so it's ready. Cut the leaves on either side off of the stem and break them into about bite-sized pieces, chip-sized pieces, and throw them in your bowl. And we'll do one more here. So yeah, I'll have to take that stem out. It's not going to be very edible or cook quite the way that you want it to. I mean, you could probably eat it if you wanted, but we're taking it out for the purpose of making these fantastic kale chips. And so 1 bunch to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 tablespoon is 120 calories. And all 120 are from fat, but like I said, guys, it's saturated fat and trans fats are very low, as the unsaturated fats are higher. So it's a little bit healthier version of your fats, and you do need some fats in order to really just function, just be alive. So it's not bad to have fat in your diet. Just make sure it's the healthier ones: avocados, nuts, olive oil, the fats in salmon, stuff like that. So it called for 2 tablespoons. We're going to kind of estimate a little bit. So if you're sharing this with somebody and you say, well, we're going to make sure there's like about 1 tablespoon a person or something like that, you could do it like that. But I'm just going to drizzle it on there. And this isn't quite a whole bunch, so that was about 1.5, maybe 1 tablespoon. Do that. Put on your sea salt. Makes it taste a little more chippy. Then you want to toss it until all of your leaves are nicely coated. And your oven is preheated to 275. Now the recipe I looked at, there's a few different ways of doing it, and I'm sure the temperatures and times can vary a little bit, so you also have to go by the texture of the chip whenever it's been cooking. But take your kale chips, toss them. These are perfectly coated all around, and there's not really oil on the bottom of the bowl, so I know it's just about right. Nothing sitting on the bottom, like I said. I can feel a little bit of salt on my hands, but not too much. You're going to take a baking sheet, so your flat baking sheet, you're going to put them on there, and I like to make sure that they are pretty much individually laid out on there, because whenever they're on top of each other, they don't bake as quickly. You have too thick of pieces stuck together, and for the most part spread out, because they're going to flatten and they're going to kind of wilt and crunch up into a chip type form. So you want to spread them out as evenly as you can, an individual layer. Give them all their allotted space on your cookie sheet. Check it out, you're making healthy food instead of sweets on your cookie sheet. This is great for if you're having people over and you're being kind of a health nut, you don't keep potato chips in the house, and you want to encourage the other people in your life to try to eat something healthy. It's a great thing to have them try at least once, because it's surprisingly good, like I said. I was very skeptical. I was like, that is not going to taste good. But across the board, everybody likes kale chips. So you got to give it a shot, or you won't know. But anyway, you have them all spread out there, like so. So you'll probably have to bake a few at a time if you're going to make a lot. But So it's going to be 20 minutes total, 10 minutes on one side, take them out, flip them over, 10 minutes on the other side, about 20 minutes. Also go by feel, like it's going to be a little bit crisp whenever it's done, not wilty. When it's wilty, it's still not quite been cooked long enough. So at 275, 20 minutes, rotate halfway through, and then you have a great crispy chip, like a potato chip. Tastes just about as good in my eyes, as far as I've tried, but they're delicious. So again, guys, I'm Andrea Lascano with Mobile Trainer here in Wichita, Kansas, www.mobiletrainer.biz. I bring the workout to you. Please contact me for personal training. Have a great day.